on Dr. Phill. Is she the ultimate helicopter mom?
You do their homework.
Don't do it for me, Mom.
If their coach puts them on the bench, you threaten to call the newspaper.
I do.
When they say, Robert, up to bat, I expected you to put on the helmet and go up there and hit it for me.
Can a mother this controlling?
My daughters say I need to let go a little bit.
A little bit? You won't even let them floss their own teeth.
Control her own behavior?
You are raising lambs for the slaughter.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, because they don't know anything. You do everything for them.
I'm all they have, Dr. Phill.
No, you said that backwards. What you really meant is they're all I have. Let's do it. Why don't we stop all the drama, stop all the fighting, and let's go get you better.
Here we go. Have a good show, everybody.
If I can help get this family back on track, are you willing to do that?
Ready, free, take.
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Go, Dr. Phill.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, listen up. I want to ask you a question. Which parenting style do you think is most likely to put your child at risk once they go off on their own? Hovering and doing every single thing for your child, thinking you are protecting them from the big bad world, or giving them every freedom with little or no monitoring or guidance, just kind of throwing them in the deep end and letting necessity be the mother of invention. Well, you're both wrong. Because both of these parenting styles are extremely dangerous and can eventually cripple your child for life. Listen, when you find children at risk, children that go out and get in trouble, they come from the extremes of the parenting continuum. This is not to scare you, but to create an urgent awareness about how you are preparing your children for the real world, not the one you wish they were inheriting. Now, I've written it all down in my new book called Life Code, The New Rules for Winning in the Real World. My first guest, Amy, is paralyzed about how scary she thinks this world can be and says it has forced her to become a self-admitted, obsessed helicopter mom to her 5 children. She's diagnosed herself pretty well. Take a look.
I'm definitely a helicopter mom. I am absolutely psycho, overprotective. I don't know any other way to be. My babies don't know that as they're sleeping, I put my hand on their chest and make sure that they're still breathing. I do this even with my 20-year-old daughter, Caitlin. I cut their toenails, I floss their teeth. We do these fire drills, and I'll blow a whistle, and everybody jumps out the windows. My son, Chad, was kicked off the baseball team because of my mouth. Oh, my God! I get into altercations at the games with the coaches, with parents. It's almost gotten physical. I've threatened their families. One time, they benched my son. I got on the phone with the president of the league. I threatened to call the local newspaper and write an article about how awful they treat their children. When the kids have homework, I do it all.
Don't do it for me, Mom. I really want to do it myself.
When they don't get the answers right, I write the correct answer.
You're right, but I just...
No, Mom, this is how I write.
I'd rather fix it than let them get a bad grade. All of my children have very good grades. One time, Robert came home with a B, and I was furious. I got in my teacher's face. I got kicked out of their school. If my children talk me into allowing them to spend the night somewhere, I do a background check on the parents. I make sure that the house has smoke alarms. While they're gone, I'm calling them, I'm texting them. If one of my children gets into a physical confrontation with another child, I will get one of my other children to beat up that kid. My children have lost a great deal of friends because of how I act. I've already told my children, you are not going anywhere to college. You have to stay with me. Too many bad things can happen.
Okay. Now, you're parenting from fear.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And I know I know what you're going to tell me. I know you. I know.
I bet you don't.
I do. I bet you I do.
I bet you don't.
But listen, I know my application is wrong. Maybe I do go to the, I know I go to the extreme. But it's for their benefit.
You think I'm going to throw you under the bus today?
I know you are.
Okay. You know, I'm really not going to throw you under the bus today, although you would fit nicely. Okay, but here's the thing. You say it's for their benefit.
Absolutely.
And you think you're doing the best for them, right?
I do.
Okay, tell me what your children benefit when you do their homework.
I don't do all their homework. I mean, let's be fair. I don't do it all.
Wait, no, hold on. Don't come out here and start moonwalking like Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I know what you do and what you don't do. I have a book on you that thick. You have been very forthcoming with us. Don't come out here and start waffling around on me. You do their homework. If their coach puts them on the bench, you threaten to call the newspaper.
I do.
I want you to take a look at this piece of tape right here. It is why I agreed, out of the thousands of stories that we have to choose from, this is why I agreed to book this story. Now, Amy's daughter, Caitlin, captured what happened when her brother, Robert, came home to find his mother doing his homework assignment yet again. Now, understand, this is a 15-year-old that catches his mother, catches her, doing his homework yet again. Take a look.
Robbie, Mom is rewriting your essay.
Why? What is wrong with my essay?
Listen, this is the first paragraph. You wrote, have no time to eat. You need to start with...
Mom, I'm in middle school. I'm not in high school yet.
Okay, but...
Mom, wait. You want me to try. Let me try. Don't do it for me, Mom. I really want to do it myself. Because if you do it, then it's your grade, not my grade. It's practically cheating. Cheaters risk everything. Learn nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You're right, but I just...
No, Mom. This is how I write. I will improve in high school. This is just me. I don't need you to write it for me, Mom. Just let me risk it.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to help you.
It's okay. I know you always wanted to help me. And when I need your help, I'll ask you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, my God. You got a 15-year-old kid begging you not to do his homework? He's saying, let me try?
I know. I'm sorry, but...
But?
What if he fails? What if he doesn't get the grade that he needed? You don't understand.
What don't I understand?
The disappointment on his face when he gets a bad grade, or how bad he beats himself up. I can't stand that. I can't stand it.
So you're doing it for you, not for him. Because you said the disappointment on his face, I can't stand it. So this is about you, it's not about him.
It didn't look like, no.
No.
But listen, no, come on.
This young man is intelligent. This young man is right here.
He's
Robert.
Wonderful.
Robert, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
You are begging your mother to let you do your own homework.
Yes, I am.
I've never heard that in my house. Never came up. Never came up. But it came up in your house. Why were you begging your mother to let you do your own homework, to let you try?
I was begging my mother to let me do my homework because she's been doing it for all my life. And it's time for me to learn because I'm almost in high school and I'm not really understanding what I need to learn. I don't really understand what they're teaching me. And my mom's doing it all for me. And if she's saying that she's upset because of the bad grade that I get, but it's only because of her. She's always doing it for me. If she wasn't doing it for me, I would get a better grade.
Okay, boy,
That's an aha moment.
thank you. You have a seat.
I got it. That's an aha moment.
What?
That was an aha moment.
Aha moment. You had to come here to figure that out? You had to come here to figure out that if you do spelling words, if you color maps, if you write papers, that he doesn't develop the skill set, the organizational skills, the articulation to do that?
Yeah.
Is he embarrassed at baseball when you go up there and bat for him?
I don't go up there and bat for him.
You don't?
No.
Well, thank God for that. Seriously, I expected when it's his turn and they say, Robert up to bat, I expected you to put on the helmet and go up there and hit it for him, because if he struck out, it would break his heart.
I can't stand the disappointment.
So it's about you again.
I don't mean for it to be.
Apparently you do, because it keeps coming back to you. You can't stand the disappointment, so you just decide, I don't care if he doesn't learn, as long as in the moment I feel okay. How selfish is that?
You're right. I didn't think that. I really,
Yeah, I told you you didn't know what I was going to tell you.
There's all these killings going on in these schools.
You are raising lambs for the slaughter.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
My mom is a helicopter mom. She hovers right over top of our shoulders and waits for us to do something wrong. When I was 14 years old, I ran away from home. I wanted to get away from my mom's overprotective ways. If she doesn't like who I'm talking to on the phone, she will take the phone out of my hand. My mom has certain requirements that my friends have to meet. They have to have proper hygiene, dress right. Their parents can't drink. To this day, I don't have friends come over. I'm terrified that she may say something that would offend them. I don't believe I've learned as much independence as I should have because my mom is so overprotective and crazy. I found out about 6 months ago that I was pregnant. My mom tells me who's gonna be in the hospital room, when the baby's gonna be baptized, when the baby's allowed to wear shoes.
You can't lay on your back. It stops the blood flow to the placenta.
My mom has told me on more than one occasion that she's going to take custody of my child if I don't start doing what she says. I love my mom. My mom needs to learn how to have better parenting skills.
So, you know, it's interesting when people see their life kind of played out on tape. It's kind of like a movie of your life, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It gives you some objectivity. You step back and watch yourself on film. What did you just see, and how do you feel about what you just saw?
I just saw my daughter say I need to let go a little bit.
A little bit?
A lot. I'm willing to do a little.
You are threatening to abduct her fetus.
No, I am not. I am not. Come on, Dr. Phil, I am not. I'm just saying, and listen, this is how it really went.
You see my wife Robin out there? You come stay with us. We'll take care of you.
I want to come too. But listen, I said that I would take custody of the baby if it...
Look, you're doing good to keep custody of the ones you got with the stuff you're pulling.
Whoa, that was bad. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, well, you need to hear it because what you're doing is really, really absurd. You know, when I wrote Life Code, I did it because, and it was interesting, I did this book with my son Jay because he actually has his own publishing company.
I know.
So he came and said, Dad, how about letting me publish a book for you? And I said, okay. And so I did this book, and I was more passionate about this book than any book I have written because we have had a huge generational change in the last generation. As big a change in our world and our life that we've seen since the Industrial Revolution. We've had an explosion of technology and the internet and all of these things that have happened. We have to prepare our children for a very different world.
But at the same time, there's all these killings going on in these schools. There's all this stuff that's going crazy.
You are raising lambs for the slaughter.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No,
you are raising lambs for the slaughter because they don't know anything. You do everything for them. They are not street smart. They are not savvy. They don't understand what the risks are. They are not developing skill sets. They are not observing themselves master their environment. They don't get it. Do you understand what you cheat this young man out of when you do what you do for him? He told you.
Dr. Phil.
No, you listen to me. Don't think about what you're going to say next. Stop thinking internally. Listen to what I'm saying. When that young man is not allowed to develop skills, he doesn't have the opportunity to observe himself conquer obstacles in his life.
I know that.
That's how you build self-worth. That's how you build self-esteem. That's how you build confidence. What did I say?
You said I'm cheating him out of his chance to shine.
He
and to
doesn't
accomplish
get an
these
opportunity
things.
to master his environment.
I understand.
It's called attribution theory. That's how you attribute certain things to yourself. When you see yourself master your environment, when you see yourself conquer obstacles and overcome challenges, then you say, wow, I can do that. And in the world we live in today, you better start building your resume. You better start observing yourself do it. And you're telling her that you're going to take her baby away from her?
To protect the baby in case something...
I'm not a freedom
fighter.
You hear that a lot
I don't
too,
know.
don't you?
I'm quiet.
So you must believe you just raised a couple of morons here.
I knew you were going to say that, and no, I don't.
Well, apparently you do because
They're wonderful and smart and intelligent, and they're generous, and they're leaders, and they are amazing. Amazing.
Blah, 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 blah,
They
blah,
are.
blah, 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 blah,
I wish
blah, blah,
you
blah.
knew.
They are so wonderful and amazing
They
that you
are.
won't even let them floss their own teeth.
I just want to make sure that... Oh, boy.
How basic is that? Okay, we have to take a break. Next, so what happens when Amy's children rebel against her overprotectiveness? Now, Caitlin says it's a side of her mother she is very frightened of. We're going to talk about that when we come back.
I'm all they have, Dr. Phill, and I want to always be that.
It makes me feel really embarrassed when my friends say, "Why aren't you a last man?" And I just say 2 words, "My mom," and they understand.
It is very embarrassing. Then they get really angry at me, and they don't want to be my friend anymore.
My friends think that it's outrageous and my mom's way too overprotective on us.
It's really hard for me to find out what I'm good at if my mom does it all for me. I've never actually really found out what I like because I never actually had the chance to. My mom really does need to stop being overprotective.
Well, that was Robert and Amy's other 2 children who are humiliated and embarrassed by their mother's overprotective parenting style. Do you agree that your job is to prepare your children for the next level of life?
Absolutely.
So react to what your children just said.
I heard them say, I need to allow them to experience life,
You know,
the ups and downs. But
what
I know,
you keep saying but.
I know.
And seriously, that just means forget what I just said. Now I'm going to tell you what I really think. Here's something you need to understand. It is a normal progression in life for children to grow up, and really they're just like spider monkeys on their parents in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how they just like hung onto your leg and you couldn't peel them off of you?
Yes.
And it was mom, 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 mom,
Yes.
mom, mom, mom. And then as they grow up, they start to break away and become independent and stand on their own. Mm-hmm. And the more controlling you are, the more violent that breakaway becomes. It has to.
I know.
And so it becomes rebellious. It becomes a violent breakaway. And they don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want a violent breakaway from her, do you?
I love
but
my
you've
mother.
had to get away from her.
Yes,
correct?
I have. Mm-hmm.
What did you do
I was 14 years old and I ran away from home.
to get away from her?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about that?
It killed me. I thought I was going to die. I laid in bed and I cried and I couldn't do anything. And yes, it was about me. Yes, it was at that time. And then I grabbed myself up and the babies, and then I thought I still have these guys to take care of. So I put all of me in them. But it killed me.
You think I wanted to? You think I wanted to leave my family? No.
Answer her.
I thought you wanted to just get away from me.
No. I wanted you to hear
And I
me.
hated myself for it because I knew it was because of me. I knew it was.
I wanted you to understand.
But then that made me grab onto the other ones even tighter. I'm all they have, Dr. Phill, and I want to always be that.
No, you said that backwards. You said, I'm all they have. What you really meant is they're all I have.
What would I be without them?
But
I don't want them to hate me.
But do you understand how that puts your agenda ahead of theirs? It can get to the point of being really unhealthy.
It is.
Have you ever heard of the term Munchausen?
No, sir.
Take a look at this definition I put up for you. Munchausen syndrome by proxy is a controversial term that is used to describe a behavior pattern in which a caregiver, that's you, deliberately exaggerates, fabricates, and/or induces physical, psychological, behavioral, or mental health problems in those who are in their care.
Wow. That is the opposite of what I've ever wanted. No. That's the opposite of what I ever wanted.
So,
never heard of that.
But read it.
I know, that's me.
You've got a young man down here that you won't let do his work so he doesn't develop the skills he needed in the 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. So you are inducing in him a dependency on you because you just said, it's all I have.
If you never had a life before your children, how do you make one?
That's a valid question, and I'm happy to answer it, but the answer is not that you abuse them by holding them back to entertain you.
I didn't think I was. I swear to God, I didn't think I was.
You know, kids grow up and leave. You will become an empty nester. I'm an empty nester. Robin's an empty nester.
But you two have each other. I'm a single mom, Dr. Phill. You have someone. I have no one. I have no one.
But the solution to that is not to deny them their lives.
I'm 20 years old and I'm still intimidated by my mother. My mom does get angry out of nowhere. My mom's voice changes into this deep, evil, demonic, growl.
No!
My mom does get angry out of nowhere. My mom's voice changes into this deep, evil, demonic, growl.
No!
When my mom is angry, all she does is yell. It's loud enough for my neighbors to hear.
First, it starts with a look. That's the look. And then I start screaming and hollering. But I have taken the belt and slapped it against the wall to scare the life out of them.
My mom has used the belt on us.
If my children talk back to me, they get smacked in the mouth. If I hurt my children, I'll go in the bathroom and I will cry and cry and cry.
I'm 20 years old and I'm still intimidated by my mother.
See, the pendulum swings. You go from being overprotective and coddling them to going the other way. And it's painful. When we took our first child to college at the University of Texas, Robin, she cried.
Yes.
From the minute we pulled out of the parking lot for, I guess, the next 2 weeks.
Yes, see, I always thought I was a mother like her. I'm not kidding.
No.
I always thought.
Okay, hold on. I gotta say something for your defense as well. No. You are over.
You say your children can't go away to college.
Well, they can attend. They must attend.
But you say they can't go away. They need to live at home and go to community college.
Dr. Phill.
Okay, all right, take a look at this. Here's a little tape when we took our second to school 7 years later.
So hard.
We're in Dallas, moving Jordan into SMU this weekend.
The one thing Jordan said we could do is make his bed. He wants to put everything else in its place.
I looked at him, I said, Jordan, everything's done. Would you like for us to leave? And he goes, yeah, you might as well. It was so easy. He didn't have any fear in his eyes or any fear in his voice. He was excited. It's like every mother's answered prayer. I got a call just last night. He said, Mom, why are there 2 mattress pad covers on my bed? And I went, are you just now changing your sheets? He goes, yes. And I went, I put those on 3 weeks ago. So, yeah, he still needs some help. I can remember when Jay first left, I said, oh my gosh, I didn't teach him to cook. I didn't teach him to iron. He's down there somewhere hungry, wrinkled. What am I going to do? You know, I didn't teach Jordan either, but because Jay went first, I knew that Jordan would be okay.
I agree, 1,000%.
But you know what? They did just fine. They're still alive today.
I know, but I do
they're
the
out
same
there
thing.
kicking. Jay is married.
I know.
He has, this is Jay with his little family right here, you can see. And you know what? He got through without her. He was wrinkled and hungry, but he survived. He survived. He probably...
Do you have this same talk with Robin? Do you seriously?
What?
Because I do the same thing. You have to we're changing the sheets. I'm ironing their clothes. They have to have creases.
No, they don't. They just do what they do. And our son, Jordan, he lives on the road now and is a touring musician with Stars in Stereo, his band, and lives in a bus, for God's sakes. You know, you just turn them loose because you prepare them to go. And you let go, right?
I did feel confident that we'd prepared both of them to go out on their own. I did feel confident about that. I will admit that when I told Jordan we're going to go now, I wanted him to cry and say, no, Mom, don't go.
Yes.
But when he said, okay, bye, I was like, that's it? But really, inside, I felt really good about that. I was really happy that he was immediately prepared to be on his own. Immediately.
You just
How
parent
come they're
differently.
not angry with her?
What?
No, I'm not kidding. You
Because
guys are
she
laughing.
never did their homework for him. She
All right,
never
what about
brushed their
besides
teeth.
the homework? Why aren't they angry with her?
Well, why would they be?
Because she's doing the same thing I'm doing.
What?
Well, no. Oh, please, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Oh, no.
Cat fight.
No, Robin, I love you. But she irons their clothes and makes some meals and packed them up. They didn't even know what they had when they got to college until they opened their bag. That's who I am. That's what besides the homework, besides the angry Amy, I do that.
Oh, yeah, let's just cross those things off.
Okay.
Let's just cross those things off. All right, listen, I'm going to tell you what I think is going on here. We're going to take a break. And Robert, if you would, because we're going to talk about some things here with your mother that are not for 15-year-old ears, I'm going to ask you to excuse us for just a while, and then you can come back. Okay. So we're going to take you backstage for a few minutes, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the real reason that I think, and I think Amy will agree, that she feels that she needs to protect her kids 24/7. We'll be right back.
Positive my past affects how I parent. I was abused. He grabbed my hair and pulled me down the steps. He told me that if I ever told anyone, he would kill my mom. When Caitlin was 6 months old, she bounced off the bed and landed on her head. I went running as fast as I could to the fire department, screaming, banging on the door as hard as I could. She's gonna die, she's gonna die. And the fire department looked her over and then started laughing. And by the time I realized why, I looked down and I didn't have any clothes on. They inspected her, but she was fine.
Those are just a few of the many outrageous examples of my guest Amy's helicopter parenting style. Now, Amy truly believes the reason why she feels this overwhelming need to protect her children is a direct result of her own horrific childhood. Take a look.
I'm positive my past affects how I parent. When I was 12 years old, I was abused. He held a knife to me, and he grabbed my hair and pulled me down the steps. He would always pinch my vagina. Stop for a minute. He told me that if I ever told anyone, he would kill my mom. I got into a fight with my mom because I didn't feel like she was protecting me. My mother ended up putting me in a foster home, and she only came to see me 2 times. I felt completely abandoned. I am very, very angry with my mother. So when I had my kids, I was overprotective because I didn't have that growing up. I love you. They all have to know that they're protected, and no one ever, is allowed to hurt them. Never.
Well, sadly, Amy's childhood experiences are not the only reason behind her controlling, protective behavior with her children. There was another life-changing moment in her life that affects the way she looks at the little ones.
When Caitlin was 6 months old, my goddaughter was killed in a hit-and-run accident. She was 2 years old. I held that baby until she got cold. From that point on, I was a mess. I was terrified. I was scared to death that my children were gonna get killed somehow, some way. I always say this prayer.
Thank you, sweet Jesus, for protecting my children.
They're all I have. And if they're gone, what happens to me? What do I do?
These things changed who you were. True?
Very true.
When this abuse happened to you, let's start there first. What did you do about it? Who did you talk to?
I told my mom. She didn't believe me. Nobody did anything. Nobody stopped it. And it wasn't important.
So you understand that nobody stepped up and protected you as a child.
No. No.
And so you'll be damned
I'll be damned.
if you're going to let that happen to your own children. And then, of course, as horrific, you see an innocent child in your goddaughter taken from you by some jerk drinking and driving and killing an innocent baby. And you say, here again,
No.
the world, and so...
They're scary. And people out there can hurt them terribly and take them away from me.
And you know, it's a giant, giant step from the pain and disappointment of what happened to you when you were a child and the loss of this precious goddaughter to the disappointment that you see on Robert's face if he gets a bad grade or whatever.
I can't stand it, Dr. Phill.
But you have to understand something. You know, I said at the beginning of this year that I just believe that new year, no fear, that we have to be willing to tell ourselves the truth. And one of the worst things that happens to us is we tell ourselves lies. In Life Code, I talk about something I call the why lie. And the why lie is the lie you tell yourself about why you do what you do. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean when I say the why lie. I wrote down what I believe is your why lie, and I want you to go through this with me along with everybody else. And as a mother, I am, because of my painful life experiences, alerted and called to a mission to stand in the gap to protect my children from a world I know can be cruel, mean, and hurtful.
Amen, yes.
Got you with me so far?
Absolutely.
Okay, so far. I will not stand by and allow what happened to me as a child and what happened to my innocent goddaughter be my children's reality. Right?
You got it.
Did I do my homework?
Absolutely.
I will do for them,
Amen.
what was not done for me.
Yep.
It is right, it is needed, it is my duty, it is why I am in this world.
It is my duty.
Okay?
Yes, I believe that.
But I'm telling you that's a lie. You're saying, you bet, you got it, you know me inside and out.
Yep.
But you notice that I have said that this is not a truth, it is a lie. This is the lie that you are telling yourself. Because you have said that this is for their good. Right?
Yes.
That's why I'm saying this is a lie. This whole thing is a lie. But this is your life. This is your
I live by that.
So that you do. You live by this. So your entire life is based on this lie. Then what is the truth?
Yeah.
What is the truth you won't face? Well, today, it's time to face it because it will change your life. And I'm going to tell you that truth right after the break. I just talked about the why lie. And you said, yes, that is what defines me. And so that means, if you accept my definition, that your life is based on a lie. Because you say that as a mother, you are protecting your children so it doesn't happen to them the way it happened to you.
That's right.
Then what is the truth?
Right.
This is the truth that you fail to see. I have been emotionally wounded, in fact, crippled by my early life experiences from which I never healed. The pain and neurotic anxiety drives me to live vicariously through my children. I somehow believe that if I can keep them safe and protected, the scared little girl that still resides within me will at last feel safe and protected.
You got it, Dr. Phill.
Because no one ever talked to her. No one ever healed her. No one ever believed her. No one ever ministered to her. And so she was frozen in time. I am putting my emotional needs ahead of my children's developmental needs, and while at some level I know this, I just can't stop. Because I am addicted to the reassurance that over-control affords me.
Absolutely.
And I put the last lines in all caps. And I want you to read those for me.
All of this overprotectiveness is more about me and my pain than it is about them and their risk levels. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I hate seeing my mom cry. Oh, God.
I'm so sorry.
I believe that people know the truth when they hear it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is this the truth?
Yes.
So what do we do here?
I don't know.
First off, I need you to forget about where you are right now, forget about television, forget about these people, and just look at me and hear me. Amy, I am really sorry what happened to you. I am really, really sorry. I just, I cannot imagine a little girl being brutalized by someone you trusted like that, and then nobody believing you, nobody protecting you. That was not right, it was not fair, and no one helped you. But look at me. I'm here to help you now.
Thank you.
I'm here to help you now. And I'm going to get you the help you need. We're going to heal that little girl inside you. We're going to heal you. And we're going to heal your family.
Thank you. Thank
because
you.
It's not too late.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's not too late.
Thank you.
It's just not too late.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's just not too late. And that young man that stood there in that room at home and said, "Mom, let me try."
Yes.
That strength from which he said that tells me you've done an awful lot right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you've done an awful lot right. So what we need to do is not erase everything you've done. We just need to add to what you've done and change that up. But we need to heal Mom and then get your family some help to try to put together a plan where these kids really learn to stand on their own, where you recognize their competencies and let them build their confidences.
Okay.
And we're going to do that.
I would love to be able to see that. I would love
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you why success-only parenting can spell absolute disaster for your children. We'll be right back. You know, we've been talking today about parenting and about getting your children ready for the real world. Success-only parenting doesn't work, and if you never let them face adversity, when they do, they're likely to not know how to adapt. Don't spoil these kids to the point that they never get knocked down, never get to face adversity. You'll be sorry if you do. As you can tell, I'm very proud of my new book, Life Code, The New Rules for Winning in the Real World. I'm very proud to say that this book is being published by my son Jay's publishing company, Bird Street Books. It is available in stores now, and everybody in the audience is going home with a copy. So thanks for being here. So long. Thanks, Doug. Thanks so much.
Today, on an all-new Dr. Phill, will the new year bring changes for a wife who's gained over 100 pounds?
You're saying you're ashamed to take this woman out?
I don't want to be seen with her in public.
You're incredible.
A playboy faced with an ultimatum.
Usually I date 5 to 10 women at the same time.
Do you want to continue seeing me? All the other women have to go.
Are you willing to do that?
And a single woman looking for...
a guy that has a Steve Harvey sense of humor.
Nobody's that good. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If it matters to you, that's what I want to talk about. Are we ready in the booth? Let's do it. Go, Dr. Phill. Well, Happy New Year! Well, it's 2011 and the first Monday of the new year. Now, I know it's resolution time, but not for my guest today. It's actually their loved ones who are turning them in and trying to make them make drastic changes starting right now. Now, 2011 isn't the only number that is significant today. Take a look at these. 100. That is the amount of weight that Michael says his wife Allison gained during her pregnancy. 2 is the number of weeks Natasha says she's giving her boyfriend Sean to commit to her, or she's going to kick him to the curb. We'll talk to them later. But first, 10. That is the number of years that Marcia hasn't had a date. But her daughter Adia is vowing to get her one in the new year instead of waiting for, as her mother says, God to deliver the perfect man right to her doorstep. Take a look.
I cannot remember when the last time I went on a date.
I think that my mother's very picky when it comes to selecting guys.
He would be a man of faith, funny, fit, taller, independent, have his own car. He would not be living at his mother's house. Not just any man will do. The ultimate would be a man who carries a handkerchief. I am just very impressed with a man who carries a handkerchief.
My grandmother suggested that my mom go on eHarmony.
He wants to date, but nothing serious. I've tried online dating, and the man that I was talking with name was Jaden. Come on, whose name is Jaden in my age group?
My mother says that she wants a man, she wants to find love, but she does not want it to be a full-time job because she already has one.
I am waiting for the perfect man to knock on my door and say, here I am. I usually tease my daughter and say I want him to say, here I am, the Lord sent me, but I'll go with here I am, Dr. Phill sent me.
Okay, now, do you want a man?
Yes, I do.
You do? Why?
Yes, I do. Because I'm in a perfect stage in my life. We could travel. I'm not raising children. My children are raised.
Yeah.
I want a companion. I want to share my life with someone.
Okay, so you actually want someone to share with.
I do.
And you're wanting it for the right reasons. Do you believe her?
No.
No? You were looking real skeptical over there. Why do you say no?
I don't, because she doesn't want to do what it takes to find a man. So how can you want something?
What am I supposed to do? I don't want to go out to clubs. That's not me. I don't want to look at every man, like every man in the audience, and say, is he available? Is he available?
And I think she should.
Well, let's take a minute here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Anybody strike your fancy out here? We can check them out. No, I won't ask you to do that.
I've already seen 3.
But you can't. Which 3 did you pick out?
There's a gentleman right here in the front row.
Okay,
I don't know if he's
right
married,
here.
but you know.
Are you married?
Oh, well, no. No good.
No.
And then there's a guy right here. You married?
Where? Who? Which one?
Oh, see, he's not married, Mom.
Which one?
Right here in the leather coat. Right there.
The leather coat? Stand up. Let's look you over here. All right, that's a good-looking guy here. Okay, so that's one, but you're not married? No? What's your name?
Farouk Abunga.
Farouk Abunga? Could we call you Bob? Okay. All right, you're kind of young. How old are you?
35.
35?
He's legal.
No, wait,
he's legal.
no.
What do you mean he's legal?
He's legal. My mom can be a cougar. I'm okay with that.
So, could you be a cougar?
I could, but not 25.
Not 25. Not 25. Well, let's take a review of your list of requirements for a potential mate, because this seemed like a pretty steep hill to climb. Can't be younger than 55 or older than 65, so it's a pretty narrow window. Outgoing and energetic, okay.
Yes.
Wants to go dancing or listen to jazz. Can't have more than one ex-wife. Must have independent, grown children, if any. Christian, financially secure. Must carry a handkerchief.
Well,
must be taller than her when she's wearing heels. Must be willing to move around the country with her. Easy on the eyes, tall, dark, and handsome. Must open doors, must walk her to the door, but not expect to come in. This isn't a dog. Stay. Stay. Flowers, got to be spontaneous, must take charge, make plans, loyal, trustworthy, and caring. Oh, it is a dog. Okay. Does not live with his mama. It's got to have his own car and a house.
Yes.
So you don't want a flake.
Right, and I don't want an old man either.
You don't want an old man? No. Okay.
I want him to be breathing and energetic and ready to do things.
She doesn't want somebody on their deathbed.
Well, no, of course not. I
think my list is something that every woman wants.
All right. Now, Marcia's sister, Mary, has tried many times to fix her sister up. Now, she's on the phone with us to tell us how these dates went. Was she a willing participant?
She was not a willing participant. I've tried to fix her up on several dates. She usually has a lot of excuses. The couple of dates that I did fix her up on, the first one, she went to visit where he was playing. He's a musician, and I thought they would be perfect together. He fell within her age bracket. But when she got there, she assumed that he knew exactly who she was, which he didn't. She put her phone number in his tip jar, so of course he didn't realize who it was.
But no,
and she
I kind of like that, though. You put your phone number in his tip jar? Did you say anything of I'm the girl you were supposed to meet today?
I put a little message in there with my name and my number.
Well, see, that's got a little mystery to it. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, but now, Do you,
Dr. Phill,
yes.
she put her number in there, but she never really approached him. She assumed that he just knew exactly who she was, and when she felt that he didn't know who she was, she left. She thought he wasn't interested.
All right, now, Marcia, you're kind of old-fashioned, right? You think
Yes.
a guy should approach a woman?
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And that was an effort to put my name out there with my number and give it to him.
Yeah, well, that seems to me like reasonable. But now, you understand that if you want what you want, you got to do something to get it, right? You got to get in a target-rich environment.
And I'm here, Dr. Phill, how many guys are in this environment?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of women here.
But everywhere you
And
go,
Bob,
there's...
you've got a lot of women and Bob. All right, now, next, I sent a very good friend of mine. He's one of the funniest guys I know to give Marcia some critical dating advice right after the break.
When I retire, my plan is to move near my daughter so that I can see my grandchildren more.
I would like my mom to have her own life and find a man. I think that at 32, I'm more than capable of living in another city without my mother. Dr. Phill, I really love my mother, but I really don't want her moving around with me for the next 7 to 15 years.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. But I wanted to do a house call here, so I asked a really good friend of mine, who I think is one of the funniest people on the globe, Steve Harvey, to pay a surprise visit to Marcia to give her some hardcore dating tips. Take a look.
Hey, Dr. Phill, this is your buddy Steve Harvey, and I'm going to see Marcia and Adia and see if I can't ask a couple of questions that might help you get to the bottom of all of this.
Steve Harvey.
Hey. Get your money head. What's up? How y'all doing?
How are you?
Oh, I see you. I didn't know y'all was going to be cute. Okay, so tell me exactly what's going on from your perspective.
From my perspective is I really want my mother to get out there and date. It's her time now, and I want her to make herself available, which she won't do.
Is it really true, though, that you want the guy to walk up to the door?
She wants him to ring the doorbell and say, "The Lord sent me."
Really?
That's what I tell her.
Ding dong, it's him, mama, it's him. And everybody go running to the door, and you open it up, and Danny Glover standing there.
I'll take any one of them.
So when you first meet the guy, what are you looking for?
A guy that has a conversation. We can talk, you know. A guy that has a sense of humor. Maybe not a Steve Harvey sense of humor, but a sense of humor.
Nobody's that good.
I know. I'd say.
He's gone. He's around. It's around. You know? I'm here, that's it.
I do have a sense of humor, but it's a dry sense of humor, so that eyebrow just went up.
Yeah, well, you just scared every man watching the show.
Man.
I've got a sense of humor, but it's dry.
Okay.
That's very funny. I'm cracking up right now on the inside.
Can I speak for her?
No, I don't
Yes,
want
you can.
She wants somebody energetic who's willing to travel with her, willing to go places, doesn't want to just sit in a rocking chair and
That's
kind
fair.
of watch the grandkids.
That's fair.
You want somebody taller than you, even when she wears heels.
Right. Yeah, you want to look up to your man.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't want to kiss him on the top of his bald head. Baby, come on. Baby, come on now. You don't want to do that?
No.
Okay. When you disarm a man with your personality, when you come out with it, when you're bubbly and really sweet, that draws a guy's attention.
Mm-hmm.
You could be pulling all types of guys out of the woodwork. You know, you have a great smile, you got pretty eyes, you take care of your hair, you got your makeup banging. You win it. Let's go. Let's put all this
So I'm
together.
halfway there.
You're 80% there.
Okay.
You quit tripping yourself out with your little crazy self. Just sitting over here going, I don't want to go out there. Quit saying that.
Okay.
I think all this information should help Dr. Phill kind of help you all out, you know, because it's pretty good at it.
Yeah, I think he is too.
So I think we'll find a match.
Steve Harvey said that I need to be more bubbly, more energetic, and I need to be open to new experiences. So I'm going to take that to heart, and hopefully Dr. Phill can expound on that with me.
All right, now... Steve Harvey is crazy.
Yes, he is.
He is crazy. But, you know, he actually has some common sense advice. He's telling you, you got to put yourself out there, right? And you're saying, I'm busy. I got a job. I don't need a job. It's not a job if it's fun. See, here's the thing to think about. You don't know that the next corner you turn, the next person you meet, the next person that steps up and says hello might be the guy you've been looking for. I mean, isn't that kind of fun to have a little bit of the unknown out there where you can just kind of see what happens?
But it hasn't happened in 10 years, Dr. Phill. I've been turning corners every day.
No, you're not. Listen, you got to put yourself in a target-rich environment. You got to decide. You got to decide where you can go to meet someone that it's not just like one in a million. They're not going to come to your front porch. They're not going to jump on the hood of your car and tap on the windshield and say, it's me. I'm the guy. You got to, whether it's at church or you volunteer in a community arts group, or you go get in a tennis league, or you go take dancing. You do something where you get around guys. You got to be willing to put yourself out there.
I suggested speed dating. Know what she told me? Weirdos do speed dating.
Weirdos do speed dating. And you don't like this internet dating business?
No, not at all.
Okay, why?
Well, first of all, the application was so long. It took me a long time to do the application.
But doesn't that tell you that they're doing their homework?
And then how do you know who you're talking to out there?
Well, okay. I got the solution for this, as Steve Harvey does. Okay, Steve, by the way, he's written a book that you need to read. All of y'all need to read this. He has a new book. It's called Straight Talk, No Chasers. And it's in bookstores today. And this is the book, and I've read the manuscript before it ever came out. This is a great book. He is offering you a year's membership to his dating website, which is called locateyourlove.com. But you can upload videos on there. So you actually get to see the guy before you even have to exchange an email with him. So he's going to hook you up at locateyourlove.com for a year, and I don't think you'll need that, but that's a target-rich environment. Okay. See, the difference between people whose resolutions work and those that don't are people who actually sit down and make a plan. If you resolve you're going to do 5 things a month for the next 3 months, the chances of you meeting somebody goes exponential. You could do that, couldn't you?
I could do that.
Would she?
Won't. No.
I will. I will.
She won't. I said, Mom, let's go bowling. I'm going to chip my nails.
Okay.
I will, Dr. Phill.
Okay, you got to quit saying no and start saying yes. For all of you at home that are watching her, maybe you want to meet her. I don't know. You can find her on locateyourlove.com. But you're going to have to get through Steve Harvey and me, so if you're some kind of weirdo speed dater, don't even try. Okay, but you got to get busy, all right? You got to put yourself out there, and she's doing this for you.
Because she doesn't want me to travel around with her.
Well, she just doesn't want to be. She doesn't want to be stalked by her mother.
Yes.
And I want her to be happy.
She wants you to have a life and be happy, and then you can come and visit.
Okay.
Okay, we'll work on that. All right. Next, a husband who is so embarrassed by his wife's weight that he refuses to be seen in public with her. Right back.
I'm embarrassed to take Allison out to the movies, to go out to eat, to meet my friends because of the way she looks. This is my trophy wife that I remember.
I'm afraid that he'd cheat on me. I'm afraid that he'll go and find some toothpick to replace me.
Weight loss, you know, weight loss is one of the most popular New Year's resolutions out there. Everybody's going to take off the pounds they picked up over the holidays. But it's not Allison who resolved to lose weight. It's her husband, Michael, who insists that she return to being a size 2 trophy wife.
I'm embarrassed to take Allison out to the movies, to meet my friends because of the way she looks.
It makes me feel horrible that Michael's embarrassed of me. Michael and I have been married for 3 years. The biggest problem in our marriage is my weight.
Allison was 130 pounds, always working out. This is my trophy wife that I remember.
Now I'm a size 22 and I weigh 249 pounds. I gained 80 pounds in the last 2 months of my pregnancy from eating corn dogs, lots of corn dogs, and milkshakes and fries.
Allison's fat because she's lazy, because she doesn't want to put the effort to go to the gym. You said you wanted a bike, we got you the bike, and you said that the bike was too hard.
250 pounds on a bike, not comfortable. I've tried dieting and working out, and the weight just doesn't come off like it used to.
How's Emily doing?
Emily. My husband refers to my stomach as Emily. Michael calls me names a lot. He calls me chunky monkey, heifer, and hippo, and fat ass.
I do make comments just to make her feel bad about herself.
I'm afraid he'll leave me. I'm afraid that he'd cheat on me. I'm afraid that he'll go and find some toothpick to replace me.
Okay, this doesn't help.
No.
Do you think that this is actually helping her?
I tried helping her by giving her everything she wanted. She wanted an exercise bike.
Right.
Didn't work. She says it was too hard. Then she wanted the thing to attach back of the bike so my son can ride with her. Then didn't work. We ended up giving the bike away, brand new.
You call her hippo, chunky monkey,
and
fat
heifer.
Heifer, and chubs.
Yep.
And your theory is this will shame her into doing it?
By doing that, I push her buttons on purpose and makes her feel bad about herself, so hopefully she'll do something about it.
How's that working for you?
Hasn't worked yet.
You couldn't do anything more wrong in sabotaging her for change if you sat down and strategized out how to keep her overweight. Is there a woman in this room that believes that calling you fat ass, chunky monkey, and hippo would say, all right, I want to make myself better for him? Is there anybody that believes that?
It's been 4 years.
I don't care if it's been 40 years. The wrong solution doesn't fix the right problem. You may be right that she needs to lose weight. I agree you need to lose weight, by the way.
Thanks.
No, I do. I think there's a return to health when you lose weight. There are a number of things that will improve when you get down to what is for you an ideal body weight. And I seriously doubt that's a size 2.
I would like to get back there, but if I don't have any help, there's nothing I can do.
But he says he's helped you. He says he's helped you. He buys you stuff.
Buying things and then expecting me to be a full-time stay-at-home mom to our son, and then have time to keep our house looking like a hotel, and entertain my son, and have time to work out at the end of the day when he doesn't help me when he gets home from work is not possible.
Okay, you said, and this is a quote, you said, if I start crying, he says I should be losing weight so we won't argue.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so if he hurts your feelings, he says, again, just lose the weight
and then we're fine. Which I think is complete nonsense. I think that the weight's part of our problems, but I think that he needs to, be
Are you attracted to her?
I'm not attracted to her at all.
You don't find her attractive at all?
I don't want to be seen with her in public. I don't want to. I take her out to movies late at night at reserved seating, so we just go in the theater and we can get out as soon as possible. I try to stay in my office as long as I can, so I don't have to come up with any reason to come out and hang out with her.
Yeah.
But
are you all intimate? Are you sexually active?
Not really.
We used to have sex 6 times a day. Now maybe once a month.
You used to have sex 6 times a day?
Yes.
A lot.
A lot.
Well, no wonder. You're just tired. I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around this. You're saying you're ashamed to take this woman out somewhere?
Yes. I like my trophy wife. When she was 130, when I met her, that's the person I fell in love with.
We literally went out and just did everything. And
yeah, we did everything
had
together.
Fun.
So why have you stayed? I mean, if you're so ashamed of her, if she's so despicable and disgusting to you, why have you stayed?
Because we have a son together. He's 3 years old. I mean,
so that's it. You're just staying for the child.
I don't want to. I want my son to have a mother and father.
But for him, you'd be gone.
If it wasn't for him, I'll be gone.
Yeah.
But if she would have listened to me from the beginning, she wouldn't be where she is, because the doctor gave her a list, told her not to eat salt, not to eat pasta, don't eat fatty food. What did she ask? Corn dog. A box of corn dog in 2 days. And then instead of using ketchup, she puts the corn dog in the ice cream as a ketchup. She wants McDonald's. She wants a spicy chicken sandwich. She wants milkshake, large French fries. Those are the things I told her.
I was hungry.
She gained 5 pounds every month till she hit 7 months. And then she gained 65 pounds 1 month.
Sure.
The doctor said that's not healthy for your kid.
What do you weigh?
I weigh 200.
200?
Yes.
He's not exactly the picture of perfect health either.
I gained that weight for eating the junk you ate when you were pregnant.
There's a lot of women out there right now thinking, hey, I know how you could lose 200 pounds in a hurry. All right, I'm going to say what I think needs to happen here when we come back.
I no longer have the spark for Allison.
Before I gained weight, we were intimate 5 times a day.
Now we only have sex once a week.
When Michael and I have sex, he makes me feel like I'm a $10 hooker. Get it done and get out.
Okay. Do you have a question for me?
I want to know how to fix this. I want to...
Fix what's this?
Him, my weight, our marriage.
Do you have a question for me?
I would like to ask, where would I went wrong? What did I do wrong? I mean, I'm giving her everything she asked.
I'll answer that question. You want to know where you went wrong?
I mean, she wanted to bite again.
You are a big mouth, abusive bully. I'm being honest with you. Your behavior, what you're doing is abusive. Okay. Really, it's abusive, and it's not working. Are you willing to change your strategy and approach?
If it's going to help her lose weight, yes.
Okay. Do you acknowledge that what you're doing isn't working?
Yes.
Do you acknowledge just intellectually that it is abusive to call someone derogatory names and put them down?
I would say it's wrong because it's not working.
Okay, but you don't think it's morally wrong. You don't think it's emotionally wrong.
I think I do it just to, push her buttons, and hopefully maybe she one day realized that she needed to do something
about
it.
Okay, well, in 4 years, it hasn't worked, okay? If you're beating your head against the wall for 4 years and the wall's not moving, you think, well, I got to try something different, right?
Yes.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you to what weight you want, because you don't like this either.
No.
But I'm going to do this for you, not for him. Okay. And here's your problem. When she does, then you're going to come scratching at the door again, and it's going to occur to her that, you know what? He's not interested in me as a person. He doesn't respect me as a woman. He doesn't acknowledge that I'm the mother to his child. He's just interested in me because I'm hot. She's going to resent you once she gets there. I mean, this is a beautiful woman, and she gained weight. She gained weight. And the catalyst to that gaining weight is she got pregnant having your child.
But it's 3 years since she had a child. And we have a 24-hour gym with every exercise equipment available to her.
Okay, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to butt out.
Butt out.
Seriously. It's not working, Michael. I have a plan. There's a new program that we're involved with. It's called the 17-Day Diet. And this book has become a wildfire in America. It's by Dr. Mike Moreno. It is a scientifically based diet that changes every 17 days. So you, A, don't get bored, and B, you don't get plateaued. And so this has 4 17-day phases that you go through. And in fact, to keep you from having to even make a decision, I'll make this as structured for you as beginning, we're going to give you a year's worth of food delivery from Bistro MD. Okay, this is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, here's what they do. They have the 17-day diet program in Bistro MD. So they will look at the phase you're in, and they will put together exactly the combinations of food that you're supposed to eat for 17 days. Then they'll shift gears for 17 days. Then they'll shift gears for another 17 days. And we'll keep running this cycle till you get where you're going.
Okay.
And you don't deserve anything. But But because I think it would be good to support, we'll make it available to you as well, because you could stand to lose a few. Right?
Yes.
You said, all right. Now, I want to introduce you to Robert Reams right here. Now, Robert Reams is a trainer. He's a nutritionist. He's also an ambassador for Gold's Gym. And Gold's Gym has agreed to give you a free one-year membership and a personal trainer that will be coordinated by Robert Reams to get you going over the next 6 months. Now, Robert, you got to break a sweat here, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? You know what it's like.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to working out at all. I love working out.
I think this is just about a little shift in momentum, get some rhythm going, and getting busy again like you did before.
So we're going to structure you with a membership to the gym, a trainer that will hold you accountable. And let me tell you, you don't show up, you're going to have him in your face. Everyone watching the show right now can get a free one-week VIP membership to the Gold's Gym, and you can get access to Robert Reams' new workout video as well. So all you have to do is go to drphil.com, click on the link. I know it's the first of the year. This will get you going. And now for 17-Day Diet, you can only get that book at 17daydiet.com. And it is a great way to start. I'm very impressed with this program. So we got a plan?
Yes.
And you're going to let Robert and me, the trainers, you're going to let them take over. Okay. All you got to do is just butt out.
Butt out. Got it.
Okay, easy enough?
Easy enough.
All right. He calls himself an international playboy. Can this womanizer be forced to commit to just one person in the new year? We'll see when we come back.
I haven't seen Sean for the last few months. I would like to see a commitment from him by New Year's.
I'm the type of guy that doesn't really like commitment. I'm the ultimate playboy. They call me the showstopper.
She knew he was a player and used to date 5 to 10 girls at a time. Now Natasha wants her boyfriend Sean to give up the other women and commit to her and her only. Take a look.
Hello, Dr. Phil. My name is Natasha. I haven't seen Sean for the last few months. I would like to see a commitment from him by New Year's.
I'm the type of guy that doesn't really like commitment. And I usually like to date about 5 to 10 women at the same time. I'm living the life every single guy dreams about. I'm the ultimate playboy. They call me the showstopper.
When I first met Sean, he presented himself as a playboy, arrogant, cocky, very into himself.
I am very well educated. I have traveled the world. I believe in having the whole package of beauty and brains.
He said at the beginning that he doesn't want a relationship. As I got to know him better, I saw a different side of him. I can definitely see Sean being serious with someone. My question to you, Dr. Phil, is Sean the right guy for me?
Okay, well, you're pretty proud of the way you turned out.
I've always been very independently happy and confident with myself. And I've always had the attitude that just because you're alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. Yeah. Most boys, when they're growing up, they have these dreams of dating beautiful women.
Who are you talking to?
I'm sorry.
No, I just wondered if you were like selling this to the audience.
I'm very passionate about my views. I like to share it with a lot of people.
You don't want to settle down?
I'm not saying I'm completely opposed to settling down, but I've been very happily single for a long time, and it's worked for me, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
So what do you think about this?
It worked for me for a while. I grew up and lived all my life with a lot of pressure that you have to be married, committed, traditional, and it didn't work for me.
But now
we've been seeing each other for a while. Our feelings are evolving, and I need to make a decision whether I'm going to continue seeing him or not.
Our feelings are evolving, or your feelings are evolving?
Ours.
Are you in love with her?
I don't really like using the word in love with someone.
Are you in love with him?
I can't say that, but we do have feelings for each other.
Yeah.
What would the feelings be like? You really like him, or?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And
but you're not in love with him?
I can't say that yet. No, it's too soon for that.
Okay. Yeah. So what's your question for me?
Does he have a chance to be committed, and can he change?
No. No. Do you have any other questions?
I think what he's... I could see through him. I think everything he's saying, those are just the walls he's putting around himself. Deep inside, he's just a sweet teddy bear.
He has told you from the get-go. He's not somebody that dates you and sneaks around and dates somebody else. You've been very forthcoming with the women in your life that you're not interested in monogamy right now. But let me tell you something. A committed relationship, whether you call it marriage, dated, living, whatever, is tough enough when two people are both highly motivated to get together. When there is a disparate level of desire to do that, it becomes exponentially difficult. You want it, you don't. And until those things come into sync, this isn't going to work for you. And if you're saying you've put in some time here and he either needs to kind of step up and be at the level you're at, or you need to move on, then don't say that if you don't mean it.
I mean it.
Then you need to move on.
Okay.
Because you're not willing to make the kind of commitment that she's looking for right now, true?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think she's just a beautiful, lovely person. Just being in a line of work where I'm around a lot of young models who are kind of airheaded and vacant and don't have much personality. Being with her makes me feel like I'm with a real woman, and she's just a wonderful human being, and I would hate to lose her.
Are you willing to give up all these airheads?
I don't know. Just because I've been very independently happy for a long time.
Let's take a break. When we come back, one of Sean's exes is here, and she has a warning for Natasha. We'll be right back. Well, I'm here with Sean and Natasha, and I don't know, maybe I'm seeing this too black and white here, because Sean describes himself as someone that doesn't feel the need to be plugged in and committed, although he says he's open to it at some point. It's been 1 year since they broke up, and Kaylin says that Sean is in no way ready to commit to one woman. Why do you say that?
He is very egotistical. I'm going to start there. And I heard you say something, oh, he's like a little teddy bear, and that's the mentality. As women, we want to fix people. We want to help them and nurture them, and you just see him as, oh, poor Sean. But when he starts feeling the actual feelings, he's going to get scared, and he's going to push you away.
Okay. So you want what from him at this point?
I want you to make a decision whether you can commit to me or not. I'm not going to be seeing you anymore if you can't do that.
And define commit.
Monogamous. All the other women have to go.
And are you willing to do that?
I'm willing to do so for her, just because I think she's the most amazing woman I've ever met.
You seem like you're nervous. We're putting you on the spot here.
Oh, yeah, you are putting me on the spot.
No, well, she is, not me. I'm not asking you to commit to me. So, do you have you believe the answer? The answer is yes, right?
Yes.
I think I do.
Will you keep us posted?
I will.
Okay, keep us posted, and you'll be honest with him, right?
Yeah, I'm very honest, if nothing else.
Well, let's wish him the best. Let's wish him the best. Let me change the subject for just a second. My good friend Oprah is launching OWN, the Oprah Winfrey Network, and I'm going to be involved in several shows, including Ask Oprah's All-Stars, where Susie Orman and Dr. Mehmet Oz and myself are going to be taking questions live. I'm also going to be involved in a series called Finding Sarah, because I've been working extensively with Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, helping her kind of get a grip on things and her life. And I'm also involved in something called Your Own Show, which is hosted by Nancy O'Dell and Carson Kressley. I'm going to be one of several judges who will mentor contestants alongside Gayle King and others. Now, at the end of this competition, a very lucky person is going to end up with their own TV show on OWN. Take a look.
This January, be there for the launch of OWN, the new Oprah Winfrey Network. And only on OWN Oprah's doing something she's never done before, giving someone their own show. Thousands auditioned. Now, only 10 will compete for the chance of a lifetime. Someone's life is about to change. Your own show, Oprah's Search for the Next TV Star, premieres Friday, January 7th at 9, exclusively on OWN, the new Oprah Winfrey Network.
Carson Kressley, one of the hosts of Your Own Show, is taking time out of his busy schedule to talk with us via satellite. Carson, are you there?
I am, Phil. How are you?
Good. How you doing, buddy? I hadn't seen you for a little while.
I know. I can't see you right now because I'm remote, but I'm sure you look amazing.
So where are you?
I'm actually in Eureka, California, which is way up, it's kind of near Oregon. I didn't even know California went this far north. And I'm taping my show for the OWN network called Carson Nation.
Yeah, tell us about that, by the way.
Well, basically, it's a makeover show, but it's kind of like a makeover road trip where I'm starting on the West Coast and I have an Airstream trailer filled with shoes and dresses and belts and accessories, and we're kind of winding our way through all of America.
We had a lot of fun working together on Get Your Own Show. I was on the first episode with you. I was curious what your overall impression was of the contestants.
Well, you know, I thought we got a great group of people, and the really cool thing is that I think about 20,000 people from all over the U.S. uploaded their videos and sent in applications to OWN to be on the show. So we had an amazing job of kind of bringing that down to 10 contestants that we brought to Los Angeles, and those were kind of the cream of the crop. And you saw in that very first episode that, you know, while a lot of it was great personality, a lot of people still didn't really have the finesse or have the chops to actually host a show.
Yeah, it was interesting to me how intense that got. I mean, because the hopefuls have to go through these challenges where they have to really see what it takes to have their own show. They have to actually, they had to produce a segment for me that I was in, and they had to be on stage and behind the camera. Did you pick up any cues after watching all the mentors come through?
People worked really, really hard, and I think that's the cool thing about the show is that it shows people at home that there's a lot that goes into being on TV.
I hope everybody will tune in. This show will premiere on January 7th, 2011 on OWN, the Oprah Winfrey Network. And we're going to be looking for Carson Nation as well. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So, Carson, thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you.
All right, see you soon. Let me add for Ask Oprah's All-Stars, if you have any questions for me or for Dr. Oz or for Susie Orman, then you can go to drphil.com or you can go to the OWN Network site and you can click on Ask the All-Stars and submit your question, and we just might answer it right there. We're very excited about all of this. Talk to you soon. Well, I want to thank all of my guests today, and a special thanks to Robert Reams, Gold's Gym, Bistro MD, Carson Kressley, Steve Harvey. We had a lot going on today, right? Now, Steve has a new book, Straight Talk, No...